Right, so we've got to prove that x squared minus 6x plus 11, so that quadratic expression is always greater than 0. And we've got to prove it for that bit on the end there is saying every single possible value of x, because we've got that bit there means the real numbers. So in previous proofs we just looked at just integers where you're just testing whole number values. Here we've got to consider every single possible value. And this is an example of a question whereby you're not using one of your standard proof methods. What you're doing is using your skills from another part of the course to justify a particular result. So what we're going to do with this one is I'm going to have a look at that. I'm going to say let's consider the discriminant. So b squared minus 4ac. So let's have a think about the value of the discriminant. So b squared, so we've got minus 6 squared minus 4 times by 1 times by 11. Which is, what's that, 36 minus 44, which is minus 8. So what we've got is b squared minus 4ac is less than 0. So what we've got is no real roots to the equation x squared minus 6x plus 11 equals 0. So there's no value of x that works for that particular equation. And so what that means is that our quadratic is always going to be bigger than 0. However, we haven't really got a complete proof there, because what I'm going to do now is just do a little bit of sketching, have a think about, there's a set of axes. If I was to sketch a curve that had no real roots, I might sketch one that looks like that. And clearly it's not going through the x-axis, so it's not going through 0. So obviously there are all the positive values, there are all the negative values. And so, negative. The problem is, though, I could also draw another diagram with no roots, and this time it's looking like that, where all our values are negative. So that would be the complete opposite of what we're trying to prove. So we've got to add in to this proof here that it's a positive quadratic, no real roots, and so therefore that's why it's always going to be greater than 0.